This is Interpreting Wine host and founder Lawrence Francis welcoming you to a special series celebrating the beauty and diversity of Slovenian wine. These episodes, recorded in September 2019, let you virtually travel with me on a personal tour organized by Mojca from Enjoy Slovenia, Travel and Wine. The episodes to be released in the order in which they were recorded will let the country unfold for you in the same way that it did for me. For more information about wine tourism in Slovenia, please visit enjoy-slovenia.com. Wines from the producers featured in the series can be ordered at fineslovenianwine.com. And finally, to be in with a chance of winning a case of wines from the series, do head to interpretingwine.com/fineslovenianwine. Today's episode of the Slovenia Travel and Wine Special features Davorin and Christian Mesesnel of the Cejkotova Homestead in Goče. Continuing our journey in the Vipava Valley, we arrived at the village of Goče, meeting father and son team Davorin and Christian. They run an integrated farm with animals, vegetables and vines, producing around 20,000 bottles each year from a mixture of local and international varietals, specialising in wines which have been aged for a long period of time. We get a deep dive into their approach to farming and winemaking. Christian then takes us to look at their current cellar, talks production and how they treat the Rebula grape. And finally, we head to the 700-year-old cellar and taste a special local dessert wine. Enjoy!
Welcome to my village, the oldest village in Slovenia. The richest, not now, but 200 years ago. You see only half, because half village under the ground. 75 Rome art cellars, 750 years old. The only village in the world, 75, you see, 700 years old cellars, stone cellars. Export wine in Vienna for empire. But when you finish First War, this part occupied Italy, in Italy here 30 years, and nobody speaks Slovene. And my price go down and many people go because it's not possible to work. But now it's better, okay? Yeah. This is my house. This house is 35 years ago, ruined. Nobody live here. And student architecture live here 2 weeks and prepare project. And my father look this project and say, wow, buy house and start renovate like many years ago. And many people laughed who come here. But last year visit us 140 different countries. People come everywhere. I, my son, Christian, my family, long time produce wine, maybe 10 generation this moment. Prepare wine and food, because in farm grow 25 pigs, 15 cows, vegetables and everything, and prepare combination wine and food. People coming and taste wine and food. Produce everything, sparkling, fresh, or red, organic, liqueur, cognac. Maybe 1 kilometer start Kars region. It's different stone, different food, everything different. And people who visit us buy wine and something, maybe marmalade and meat, and take everywhere. Yes, this moment produce 12,000 bottles. Really? Yes, 12,000 bottles. 6 hectares vineyards. My new project, a family project, because many people ask is possible to stay. Not yet this moment. Buy house and start renovate and prepare rooms and apartments.
My name is Christian. I come from winemaking family. So like my father before tell, it's 10 generation of winemaking. I don't know when I'm just a little boy. I really like farming, so now all of the time I like to farming. So I start to farming with my father, and I don't imagine I work something else. So it's peaceful and it's very nice, and because every year is different for making wine, so it's very interesting because you must work 1 year, and you don't know what you. It's a lot of work, and we must be careful because we must wait for the grapes become close the process of making sugar. It must be enough sugar inside because we wait to the end, and then we pick up the grapes. We not have a lot of grapes. Our wines we just not more of 1 kilo, because this is we produce high alcohol wine. So this wine we can aged. So it's different story. It's not this easier light wine. We macerate few days. Also white, we macerate more 4 or 5 days or more. It depends of year. And then we press and put to age to the oak barrel. So it's quite different. We have a lot of we how to say sunny sides. It's a turnabout exposed. It's turnabout nanos because the all day have a sun. So it's this is good for high percent of sugar, and it's not so disease because if we have a rain, the wines they come dry, so we don't have so problem with some disease.
Sure.
So this is better because you don't need so much to fertilize or. So in the upper region, up on the hill, we have a red because it's not so rich soil, and the red need a lot of stone because the red it's more for the color. You need a strong color, so we have a lot of stone inside the earth, and up of the day these stones they warm. And they keep it in just in the night, so it's good for grapes, for red grapes. So become this strong color and strong taste. It's not, and the white sort we have just a lower because it's not necessary for need a lot of sun, because if you have a lot of sun, this white wine become too strong, and they lose this taste, and it's become like, if you smell the white wine, it's like if you smell just the alcohol, not this fruit taste. The local variety from this village is Pinela. It's not just from this village, but just part of this valley. It's a very unique sort of wine. It's very old. They tell us before they come from Italy, but now it's I think it's 800 years or more in this valley. So they become our sort of grape. It's very unique. If you taste the minerals. It's not like other sort like Sauvignon or Chardonnay. It's very different. It's a very unique sort, and they have a nice taste. It's a little bit of fresh taste. So we wait 2 days. We macerate this, and then we press, and then we put to the inox tank, and then we wait all of sugar become alcohol, and then we mix 6 months the sediment, because the sediment it's good because wine become better it's more smooth, or it's better. It's
kind of creamy.
Creamy, yes. Depth, yes,
around,
yes.
And again, it's kind of moving away from the fresher.
The fresh, yes, because the fresh style, it's, I don't know, it's better if you take time and prepare a good wine, because fresh you can buy in the every market, but the fresh wine, it's quite the same. All of the fresh wine is the same, but here, if you taste, you can taste this unique taste.
This is, I think, the first time that I'm really doing this, but what you've got here, I think on site, is that you've got a little bit of everything. You've got production of different meats, cheeses, obviously the grapes for the wine. So almost then what you've kind of did there in terms of talking about the wine that we're about to have, then could you kind of do the same for the plate, kind of talk a little bit about, your input and, what you've seen into what's gone into making this delicious looking plate in front of me.
We raise the pigs because if you want to make a prosciutto, it's better if you raise own pig, because you must know what the pig eat. So we feed with pigs just with corn and potato and some vegetables, and we put also the wheat inside to the meal of pig, and we raised this pig 220 kilos, because the prosciutto become nice and big, and the prosciutto need more than 2 years to dry. If you buy these farmer pigs have maybe 100 or 120 kilo, and this is not enough for prosciutto, and it's meat. It's too young, and have a lot of water inside, and become too dry.
Okay.
So yes, we raised 20 or 25 pigs. It depends of year. Now it's maybe 10 years. 10 years I work with meat. So I look my friend is a butcher, so they learn me about how they some piece of meat, and you must cut and prepare, because the prosciutto, they must be in the salt 1 month, and we must then put out, clean the salt and just pepper, and you hanging in the cellar, and then you dry 6 months, and then you must put the fat to dry slowly, because if you don't put the fat in this part without skin, it's dry too quickly, and it's not good. Yeah.
And that's prosciutto, and then
this is pancetta.
Okay.
Pancetta, yes. Pancetta just 48 hours in the salt, and then we put out, and a little of pepper, and that's it. And 6 months need to dry.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it looks. And
these cheese, we don't produce the cheese, okay, but it's from Cejkotova Valley. It's for other farmers, so it's also good.
It looks amazing.
Yes, you will taste.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's really cool.
We can also prepare. It's like orange wine. It's more macerate. We macerate 2 weeks. It's made from. It's like cuvée. It's mixed. We mix together Malvasia, Rebula, and Pinella. All of this is the local sort from Vipava Valley, and then with 2 weeks we macerate, and then we press, put to the inox tank. Also we mix the sediment, but we put also the whole berries, 10% of whole berries, and it's gold color, and then we put to aged. And we aged 3 years in the oak barrel, and now we prepare to put to the bottle. So now we put this wine in the market, and it's different. It's very unique taste. It's strong taste. It smells like vanilla, and have taste like honey. It's a science of honey taste. So, and also we produce the rosé wine. It's combination of Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Blue Frankish. Blue Frankish is also it's from Slovenia. It's not so typical for our region. It's more for other wine region of Slovenia, but they grow also here. The old people have also the Modra Frankinja, but it's not so. Don't stay in Vipava Valley. I think we just few winery who have Modra Frankinja in Vipava Valley. We and some others.
Okay, yeah. And the rosé is quite a light.
It's light. It's yes. It's easy drinking. Have a little sugar inside. Yeah. It's you taste the berries. It's very fresh and so fruity wine. It's summer wine.
Yeah.
And also we produce the red. Red we have Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. And this we macerate 1 month because we like to take out from skins all of color, all of this taste of like Cabernet Sauvignon. It's more like you taste more this wild fruit. The Merlot tastes like more cherry, and then we also we aged 3 or 4 years in the oak, and then we put to the bottle.
Okay. So, do you want to just say a little bit about this?
This is Rebula. So you see have a more stronger color than Malvasia, and if you smell, you have a very fruity. It's like if you eat the berries of Rebula, it's the same taste. It's very fruity taste, and it's the same production for like this. Have 6 days macerate. It's a little bit longer macerate, and then we also have this we call it bentonnage, because we mix the sediments, and then we put to the oak. We have a same procedure for all of our white wine. Just we see when it's longer maceration. And this have a 13% of alcohol. It's a little bit lower percent of alcohol because Rebula it's don't produce a lot of sugar like Malvasia. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because the Rebula I think in Italy as well, and also what we've been hearing here in Slovenia is this is the white variety that kind of lends itself to a longer skin maceration
because have a very very tough skin, and the skin have a lot of color and this.
I think it's interesting though here where it's 6 days, so it's not nothing, but it's not an extended one. I think it has an interesting profile because it's not so challenging, I would say. I find some of the Rebulas with an extended maceration, of course they're perhaps you need food to go with them. They're not necessarily wines to have by themselves, but this I think is a more of an accessible drinking style, and it's just a pleasure to drink. It's really still got a lot of what you get from the longer maceration, but it's an easier.
It's an easier.
Yeah.
Yes. But you need the people who like the wine. We have people who like more easier wine, more. It's not so long maceration, and we don't have so a lot of Rebula. We waiting now. We have the more 2000 variety. next year we have a first harvest, so we can make some longer maceration. So because now we have just these 3 barrels, so it's not enough. Yeah. And we need for our restaurant, so
you have to come to the restaurant if you want some.
Yes. You can see this is the old cellar. This is 700 years old. In this village have 75 cellars like that. So you can see in this village have a very long tradition of making wine. And this we need for aged red wine now.
Okay, so like a lot of families here would have.
Yes, a lot of family have the vineyards, and they making wine. So.
And what do you have currently here?
Currently we have Merlot and some Cabernet Sauvignon.
From how old?
2013.
13, yes, and maybe some barrels we have 2007, and it's mixed. It's all of a year.
But all still in the barrel.
Yeah, still in the barrel. Yes.
A very special wine, named Picolit. Because it's a long tradition, produce this type of wine here, 350 years long. People pick up grapes in the best year.
Yeah.
Put grapes in little case, but first put straw. Dry home, wait and press Christmas time. But I and Christian wait longer, 10 months, and press raisins. First collect down in straw, put in very special press machine, 1 day rolling, clean, stay raisins, start press 1 week, every day. Press, put juice in the raisins and press. Normal wine fermentation 2, maybe 4 weeks. This wine fermentation 1 year, because lot of sugar. 3 tons grapes produce maybe 60 liters, maybe 200 liters, the maximum. Very special dessert wine named Picolit. And today I try, because it's a very special guy, okay?
Thank you so much, Davorin and Christian. A very remote restaurant set in a very peaceful corner of the Vipava Valley. As Christian mentioned, many of their wines are only available to be drunk at the restaurant itself, so it's well worth seeking them out when you visit Slovenia. The secret is out though, as the restaurant was voted one of the very best in Slovenia, which means that you may need to book ahead if you do plan to visit. For more information about wine tourism in Slovenia, do please visit enjoy/slovenia.com. To order wines from the series, do be sure to visit findslovenianwine.com. And you can also email Mojca any questions you might have at info@enjoy/slovenia.com. And if you're not already, I would love to have you following along with me on social media, where I'm at Interpreting Wine on Instagram and Facebook, at Wine Podcast on Twitter, and email hello@interpretingwine.com. See you next time.